Hey, gay? Mers? So I have this very personal, private story that I've only really told a couple of my friends before, but after some consideration, I decided it's worth sharing with everyone. It's a good story. It's a bad story. It's a good story. Before you even decided to click on this video, you of course know it's about my first gay date. But you should also know that not only was it completely unintentional, but it was also my last gay date. And you're gonna find out why. Oh boy, you're gonna find out. But this is also gonna serve as a cautionary tale of not just what not to do on a gay date, but what not to do on a date ever, with anybody. I'll also be providing crude representations of what actually happened in the scenes with my little drawy boy, you know? With my little tablet, with my little electronic pen and glove. Hi guys, I failed at learning how to art, and all I had to show is a fucking half glove. Who ripped it? I'm also not even drawing right now. I already have all the things drawn, so that was just a little joke. So get ready to cringe. All right, so let me bring you there. It was either 2015 or 2016, which meant I didn't look like this. I actually instead looked a little more like this. What a little... I like to call this the little twink uwu subby era of my life. Not that that was the kind of person I was, but you know, I definitely looks like it. You'd probably want to put your dick in him too. He might have let you. Not me though. I'm the one who puts my dick. So I'm at my job and I'm checking this guy through who seems to be around my age, and for some reason he just stood out to me. We don't even talk at all in the slightest. We're just perfect strangers. After he left, I turned to one of my female coworkers and said something like, "Hey, he's hot, huh?" Just trying to be funny or whatever the hell I was trying to do. And she responds, she's just like, yeah. Fast forward, I get off work and I'm home now. It's gotta be around 11 p.m. I get a Facebook message from this dude and I totally recognize him. We're chatting a little bit and he asked to hang out or chill at Tim Hortons. Yes, I am painfully Canadian. Me having never really met the guy before and not really thinking about how he found out my name, obviously just says, yeah, sure, that sounds good. In my head, it's a local public place. Like, that's safe enough. Like, I'm not gonna die. I'm just gonna go out and meet a new friend at 11 p.m. at a Tim Hortons parking lot. That's normal. What can go wrong? Rule number 1, don't ever fucking think that. Ever. So as I'm walking in through the front doors of Tim's, I hear him call out to me from his car. Me, just thinking, I don't know, he doesn't want to go into the store, he just wants to go through the drive-thru, gets in his car. Rule number 2, don't get in strangers' cars. So we're just sitting there and just kind of shooting the shit, and eventually I ask, so are we getting some Tim's or what? He's just like, oh, I don't really want anything from here. So I just think, well, it's weird if I get something and he doesn't. So now I don't want anything either. So since neither of us actually want anything from Tim's, he just kind of offers to, you know, just drive around town a little bit and talk. To which I reply, yeah, sure, I'm not doing anything tonight. Rule number 3, don't think or say that out loud to a stranger ever. Like, in my head, I'm just super jazzed about having like a cool new friend that I just met at Tim Hortons in a parking lot at 11 p.m. And we're gonna drive around and waste the night away with good times and fun banter. So we're in the woods. This is so bad. At this point, I'm kind of finally thinking, you know, it's probably not a good place for me to be in the middle of the night in the woods with a complete stranger in his car and I don't know where we're going. But, you know, we're still kind of talking and chatting as if everything was normal. So I'm like, it's kind of putting me at ease, but I'm probably going to die. But I'm grounded. I'm normal. I'm cool. Everything's fine. Best case scenario, I might not die. Rule number 4, don't be a dumbass like me. But you can breathe a sigh of relief for me because before long, we're back in town, just kind of rolling through the streets. To be fully fair, where I live is just normally just back roads and just kind of longer turnabout places, kind of just out of the way of town. But still, seeing nothing but trees barely illuminated by the headlights as you're like speeding through the backwoods is like kind of spooky. Suddenly he's just like, yeah, my lips are kind of chapped. Mind if we swing by my place so I can get some chapstick? It was just kind of starting to change season into winter at this point, and like the air was getting really dry, so that checked out in my head too. I'm just like, yeah, sure, fuck it, let's go. Rule number 5, if someone says they want to get some chapstick, it's probably because they want to smooch. Me. Oh no. Obviously, he kind of was already just driving to his place already, because it couldn't have taken more than just a couple minutes to get into his driveway. He starts taking off his seatbelt and gets out of his car before turning back to me and being like, "You coming?" And I reply, "Aren't you just getting some chapstick? That'll only take a minute." "Oh, I might be a few though. Come in." "Okay." Rule number. So I'm in this dude's house. He kind of just walks off into his little apartment and gets, I assume, chapstick for his chapped lips. Meanwhile, I'm standing by in the doorway just chilling because I don't want to take my shoes off because I'll have to tie him up again. Because you know, at the time I'm rocking them Chuck Taylors. I'm a cowboy with the Chuck Taylors. He comes back in. "Hey, my roommates are out for the night. I just got this new big TV. I got Netflix. Come in." Well, it can't hurt to see what's on the flicks. Rule number 7. Jesus, if you're this dumb, you might deserve this. If you can fucking believe it. I'm still so painfully oblivious to what the fuck is happening. I am literally walking into this man's house to Netflix and chill. I don't even fucking know it. Shoes are off, and I come into his living room where he was already sitting on the couch. I opt to sit on the big comfy looking chair across the room to get comfy, to which caused him to stop me saying, "Oh, you don't want to sit there. It's still wet from some laundry I had." Like, it didn't really look wet, and I didn't see him check to see if it was wet, but like, I just took his word and went over and sat next to this motherfucker. So now things are like normal-ish. They're fine. They're fine. We're flipping through Netflix and what comes up but Pitch Perfect. I'm like, whoa, is that Pitch Perfect? I've been meaning to see it. Put it on, my dude, bro, friend, my guy, same-sex, mysteriously sexually oriented ally. He just kind of agrees to put on Pitch Perfect because, in retrospect, he probably didn't give a fuck about what movie was on. So over the course of about an hour of watching the movie, I was able to break my attention away from being captivated by this marvelous film to notice this dude was for sure starting to lean back and slouch over towards me. Like, I even took note of his position for when he kind of rustled around to get comfy, to find that he was trying to sneak back against my body. I remember moving my arm onto my lap just to give him more space so that there was distance between us, only to find soon that that distance vanished. It was all starting to click into my head. The late night message, the meetup, the driving me to his place, the Netflix, the Pitch Perfect that I had chosen for us to watch. I believe this man may be homosexual. Desperately needing a minute to kind of breathe and just figure out what I'm gonna do, I get up and just head into the bathroom. Instantly, my mind's racing like, what the hell am I gonna do? I still don't even know where I am. I still need a ride home. The movie's gonna be over soon. Am I gay? What if I'm gay? Because for some incredibly stupid reason in my head, I'm just like, well, how do I know if I'm gay? I've never really explored that idea. I can see a guy and think, hey, that guy looks pretty handsome. Does that mean I'm gay? So I get it in my head. Well, let's just go back out there and see what happens. What if it's cool? Fake flush the toilet, real wash the hands, open the door, walk out. All the lights are off. Apartment is fully dark except for him lounging on the sofa, illuminated by Pitch Perfect. Immediately think, this is fucking bad. He got up to turn off the lights while I was in the bathroom to set the mood, then just comes back to his original spot on the couch, leaving me almost no space to sit down. So right now for me, it is fight or flight. Or sit back down on the couch and pretend I didn't notice anything. Like the movie's still playing. What's gonna happen to Becca and the gang? I gotta see this through, no matter the cost. Sit down real tight against the arm of the sofa. A few more attempts at scooting closer to me. I don't respond. We finished watching the movie. I guess he realized nothing was gonna happen. He drives me home, and we park outside my place. And here is the last of our conversations we had together. I say, so, you're gay, right? Yeah. We should do this again sometime. And I swear I couldn't have said it in a more awkward, unsure voice. Almost like I didn't want to say it at all. But I did. Say it, that is. What? What the fuck was I doing? We say goodbye. I head up into the safety of my own apartment. And that's the night. Over the next night and day, I'm thinking to myself, like, how did this man find me? How did he figure out my name? But then it dawns on me. My coworker, my female coworker, the only thing that makes sense. Earlier that day, I asked my female coworker if she thought he was hot. I think she thought I was asking for myself. She must have hooked us up. Finally, that entire strange experience makes sense to me. So the next time I see her, I'm like, so I went out with that guy and we ended up back at his place and we watched Pitch Perfect together. How do you know him? And she looks at me so confused. What are you talking about? Oh, the guy that I said looked hot. Oh, I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know him. I don't know him. After suspending my belief that this is just some random creepy dude that slyly brings people home, I'm now just fully blown back to, this is just some creepy guy who slyly brings people home with him. Fuck. Over the next few weeks, I'd keep getting messages from him asking to like hang out again. No doubt because I ended our conversation with, let's hang out again. I'm a moron. But each time I just say I'm busy or I'm working or I just make up some other bullshit. Mostly under the excuse, I'm too tired to chill. But even with the endless excuses, he just kept asking to hang out and chill. And to that, I just had to finally buckle and say, hey man, I'm sorry. I don't think I'm gay. I'm sorry if I misled you. But this man, I think, was already so committed to me that he just wouldn't let it go. After telling him I was straight on numerous occasions, he finally just sent me the straw that broke the camel's back. My gaydar is never wrong. I think that message just kind of weighed on me the most. He kept pushing and pressing more encounters between us, but you know, I couldn't respond anymore, so I think he just kind of got the message finally after a few weeks of messaging me. I'm not gonna do it. The end. So I hope you learned what to do in situations like this, and also what not to ever fucking do in situations like this. I'm sure there's definitely a few good lessons in here. I know I definitely learned a bunch in the moment, but I think what the most important thing to note is during all these mishaps and misadventures is that I'm not gay. I love the pussy. Like a lot though. Also, I have a girlfriend now, so it's like whatever.